Hi, I'm Dave Miller. I actually graduated from Gallatin, so hence the asterisk on my name tag. When I really get down about my research and that happens in science, I go back to the chat log from my presentation, and that makes everything good. So, I studied the frontier of automation. So, who is excited about automation in vehicles? I'm glad that that's sort of a lukewarm thing, because my hand's only halfway up. So, we're working on this stuff, and industry sees it as coming from the top. Systems to delegate to, like cruise control, adaptive cruise control, lane keeping, more things that you can go and turn on and then you can zone out. Quietly building stuff from the bottom. So ABS brakes coming in the 70s, now auto braking. Yesterday I drove a car that, in theory, will hit the brakes if I don't. And so we're going and sort of sandwiching ourselves and moving towards this collaborative automation, and we've got to start studying that, which we're not really doing right now, but we're working on it. So hopefully we're going to get to the point where we can start having technology fail. So if you can imagine, we had, at the top, you've got dignified and complex work. Humans are really good at that. At the bottom, you've got things that are boring, and robots are good at that. But also, robots are really good at reacting to things really fast. So how do we go and bring these things together to solve difficult problems really fast? We can have collaborative automated systems where we can go and do some really fun stuff. And I think that we can actually think about this in other ways, because cars are just the most extreme example. So it's like cars, aerial combat, something, Nest thermostat, in terms of complexity, in terms of the level of your problem. So if you think about the problems of automation, so automated systems go and they do things, and we don't necessarily know why, or how, or what it's doing, and it may not get it right, and that's a real problem if your car is like, hey, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what this thing is. Is it a soda can or is it a trash barrel? And you don't want to go smash into it. Humans are really good at being like, I'm very sure that that's a soda can, just drive over it. So how do we create joint cognitive systems? And that's what I'm hoping to be working on really soon. And it's a clever problem. So I've only used 2 minutes, so maybe I'm going to ask a question. Who thinks that they're really good at solving problems? All right, I got some hands. Who's good at solving simple problems fast? Mom is going next. Awesome. So, if we can go and smash these things together, can we solve difficult problems fast?
Yes.
See how clear she was? That's what I want to hear. I'm not quite convinced, I'm sorry to say, but maybe we can maybe we can if we go and do things in a sort of unconventional way. And I'm sticking with this slide because my next slide disappeared. But it's perfect because we can think of solving novel problems or solving moral problems or solving complex problems. So if we've got a complex problem and I have to solve it fast, I can't just ask you, like, is that a soda can? You obviously could answer that question. We may not be able to answer fast enough. So what happens if I go and look at, are you paying attention? And it's like, yes, you're paying attention. Are you looking at that thing that I'm not so sure about? Yes. All right. Are you worried about it? No. Drive over it. Are you worried about it? Yes. Plot and evasion. So I think that that's what's going to happen in cars. And then let's try to think about this, because ITP thinks about all kinds of great stuff, like Nest thermostat. So, or I don't know, what other internet-connected sort of intelligent things here? Anybody got a favorite intelligent thing?
Refrigerator.
Refrigerator, okay. So, if you're in a refrigerator, so old refrigerator, is the temperature too warm? Get colder. Is the temperature cold enough? Stay cold. So now, what's the next stage with your fancy refrigerator? What problem does that out of milk. So should your refrigerator ask you to go and get milk, or should it just order it?
Yes.
Well, which should it? Should it order the milk, or should it tell you to go and pick some up?
Yes.
So those are the problems that we have to keep solving, and I'm hoping to talk to you in the break about how we're going to solve those problems.